What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And Nintendo keeps messing up, and we have to call Nintendo out on it. Even though I love the games they've got, and I love my Nintendo Switch, we gotta hold our feet in the fire. Now, before we get started, let me say that this video is proudly sponsored by the folks over at NordVPN. And as someone who was hacked at VidCon just a few years back, I realize how important my security is when I travel, and I'm doing a lot of traveling this summer, and I bet you are too. I keep NordVPN installed on my laptop, on my home computer, on my phone, on my iPads. NordVPN is on all the time on all my devices. And I know whenever I connect to that hotel Wi-Fi, connect to that restaurant Wi-Fi, NordVPN is encrypting my data to keep my information safe. Because I'm at a position where I can't afford to lose my PayPal password or my YouTube password or my bank account password. If somebody gets a hold of that stuff, I would be devastated, and I bet you would be too. But NordVPN makes sure that all of the information you sent or received is sent through an encrypted tunnel so no one can get their hands on it. And the reason I choose NordVPN as my VPN is because they've got that quick connect, they've got that easy kill switch, they've got incredibly fast speeds, and they got 24-hour a day, 7 days a week support. And not only do they keep my data safe, but there is a lot of bonuses from having a VPN when it comes to accessing the global internet and getting access to content you normally can't get access to on your device, and I highly recommend it for that reason too. So do me a favor, go to nordvpn.com/BOOGIE. You'll find the link in the description box below. While you're there, you can get the 3-year plan for 75% off. That comes down to just $2.99 a month. And if you use coupon code BOOGIE, you'll be supporting me as well as getting 1 month for free when you sign up. And I hope that you choose to do so because it supports me and it keeps your data safe at the same time. So as you guys know, Super Mario Maker is one of my all-time favorite titles, and one of my most anticipated games of the year is Super Mario Maker 2. But I just found out today that it will not let you play online with your friends. Now look, if you're in the same room, you'll still be able to play couch co-op with up to 3 of your friends on a single Switch, and I think that's great. That's probably how I'm going to do most of my multiplayer. But according to the YouTube channel Game Explained, they got a statement from Nintendo saying that it is true, as the game is now, you cannot create friend lobbies online, you can only play online with randoms. They go on to say that you can still challenge your friends to your creations and take on their designs through the Course ID system and having them follow your Maker profile. So there is some social stuff in there. You just can't play those courses at the same time with your friends online. But you will be able to match with randoms, which you won't be able to communicate with. You have no voice chat in the game, so I have no earthly clue as to why you would even want to do that. You may as well just be pairing with bots at that point. It's entirely pointless. And based on the trailers we've seen, it does look like a designer can design a level to be designed to be done by multiple people at once. So if you come across one of those levels, the only way to do it is to get paired with randoms, and that doesn't seem like a fun way to do it. I would always rather play this game with my friends. And I've seen some YouTubers say at this point that it's just proof that Nintendo doesn't understand or get online, but that's not true because you can already do this in a lot of other games. Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Smash Bros. Ultimate. These are all games that you can set up a lobby for your friends and play together, so that's definitely not the problem here. No, Nintendo knows exactly how to do this. They're just choosing not to, and here's the reasoning behind it. Because of their competitive leaderboards. According to Nintendo World Report, the reason Nintendo gave for not allowing matchmaking online with friends is that it would provide a way for players to potentially work together to boost one another's rankings on the game's competitive leaderboards. And I don't know about you, but I really don't care about leaderboards. But even if you do care about leaderboards, keep in mind Splatoon 2 had leaderboards, and those leaderboards were often hacked by hackers, including one that even used the hack to cry out for Nintendo to provide security so other people couldn't hack the leaderboards. I don't trust those leaderboards to be true to begin with. But as Nintendo World Report points out, the game's online cooperative mode doesn't have leaderboards, and you also can't matchmake with friends in that mode either, so it doesn't seem like this is the real reason. Because I'm also going to be able to matchmake in real life with my friends on my couch. So what would to keep us from boosting ourselves in the leaderboard there? Well, obviously, they're going to turn the leaderboard off when I'm playing on couch co-op. So if we make a multiplayer lobby, just turn the leaderboards off then. And that way we have the feature. Because with a multiplayer title like this, being able to match with who I want to is absurdly important to me. If you've ever played League of Legends or Overwatch or any of these other competitive or cooperative games with randoms, you know how miserable that experience can be. Why would Nintendo want that in their game and make that the only way to experience it? This opens the door for griefing, and I don't know why Nintendo would want to open that particular door. It seems like something they would absolutely not want. Let me matchmake with people I trust for the cooperative levels, and let me matchmake with people I know are my same skill level for the competitive stuff. And this isn't the only disappointing news that we've seen so far. Take, for example, people who, like me, have a huge collection of amiibos. There's literally no costumes, no functionality for those amiibos in Mario Maker 2. And that's really disappointing because I own literally every amiibo. And I get it, not everybody does have amiibos, so locking functionality behind those amiibos is probably the better way to do it. But at this point, you've already sold that piece of plastic to me, guaranteeing that there would be some support moving forward, and now it seems like they're giving up the support for those. So the people who wasted money on them have definitely wasted the money at this point, you know? The way amiibo support worked in the previous title was actually really cool, because if I owned that amiibo, I could use it in one of my courses, and then when you played through that course and collected that costume, it would be something that you could unlock and use moving forward. So I really think that was a cool way to handle that without gating content for people who didn't own that stuff. It allowed me to give it away, and I really wish that functionality was coming back. And Nintendo continues to mess up these days. Take, for example, the new Mario Kart Tour, the mobile version of Mario Kart, which should be just a natural fit, a game I would love to play on my phone. It is just riddled with problems, including, apparently, it doesn't have proper multiplaying racing. Like, this is not a true Mario Kart title, and it really should be. Instead of racing each other in real time the way you would in a full-fledged Mario Kart title, the game is just going to grab players' profile names and apply them to CPUs, so you'll always be racing bots, and that's really frustrating. And in the current beta for this game, it has some really worrisome microtransactions, including locking characters which have different power sets and different ability sets behind a paywall. According to Ars Technica, each character, cart, and glider has a numerical DP value that you bring into every race, and if any of those are higher in rarity, they start out with a higher value by default. And this entire game is based on the gacha system, if you're unfamiliar with that. It's where you get random characters and random carts for spending a premium currency. For 5 green gems, for example, you get a random chance of earning a new driver or cart or glider, and certain equipment and characters get you bonuses on different tracks. So other characters seem to have a better than average bonus across all of the game's courses, and that has to do with rarity. And this is interesting because we saw with Pokemon Quest them wanting to cap the amount of money you could spend. We saw with Super Mario Run, they wanted you to only spend $10 total on the game and you can never spend any more. But then they kind of, eked their way out with Fire Emblem Heroes to see whether or not the gacha system would work, and clearly it did there. And now they're turning Mario Kart into that, and I think it's a very bad sign of the future for Nintendo. But Nintendo has certainly gotten a taste of that kind of money when it comes to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp and Fire Emblem Heroes, and I feel that that is a direction they're going to continue to go in. In fact, they doubled it down because just yesterday Nintendo announced that it would be shutting down those games in Belgium after the country categorized loot boxes as gambling. Rather than retrofit the game for every other region or for that region, they just shut the games down so they can keep making money off of those loot boxes. And that is in a very stark contrast of how Nintendo started in the mobile world. I really wish they would stick to that original plan, especially now that we have lawmakers here in the United States looking at whether or not they need to legislate loot boxes here. I really don't want Nintendo pushing that. That should be the company that could show there's a better way. Because at the end of the day, I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo when they monetize in really weird ways. I loved Pokemon Go. I'm going to love Pokemon Sleep. That is just so weird and bizarre that they are making a lifestyle brand out of Pokemon. This is a much better way to monetize than microtransactions. Please, Nintendo, don't go down the microtransaction hole, please. Because it's really dangerous for a company that doesn't fully understand the customer, doesn't fully understand online matchmaking, doesn't fully understand some of the stuff that modern day gaming is about, to get into this, because they could set a dangerous precedent that all these other companies like EA and Ubisoft choose to follow if Nintendo gets away with it. And don't get me wrong, I still love Nintendo. I will always love Nintendo. But one of the main reasons I've loved Nintendo up till now is because they normally have shown that they are better than this, and I don't want to see them sinking to everybody else's level. Take Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's monetized, but in a beautiful way, in a way that I think everybody can agree on, with DLC characters and DLC stuff coming with each of those characters, including new maps and new spirits and all kinds of new stuff. When I got my opportunity to talk to Ed Boon about Mortal Kombat 11 and asked him to monetize his game the same way that Super Mario Bros. Does, I feel like that's the best way to monetize a fighting game. Ed didn't listen, but I still stand by the point. But if Nintendo does to the next Pokemon game or the next Smash Brothers game what Ed Boon and his team did to Mortal Kombat 11, that could be very problematic for the industry as a whole, and especially for Nintendo fans. Now, this is just one man's opinion. I know I could be wrong, and if I am, I know you guys are going to let me know in the comments section below. While you're down there, hit subscribe on the channel. If you're already subscribed, hit that notification bell so you can get more videos like this in the future. And while you're down there, don't forget to check out our sponsor. The link is in the description box below. And thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this episode. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.